Hey everyone, what's up? Lex here, and today I'm going to be taking you through my Black Friday 2016 haul. Now, if you know me, you know I love getting great deals on video games. I like getting great deals on all things, but mainly video games. I'll wait to pick them up when they're on sale or on Black Friday. And Black Friday really allows me to pick up some games that maybe I wouldn't have before, just because they're too expensive for me to just kind of jump into, but these are on sale cheap enough that I can pick them up. If I don't like them, I can trade them in and get almost all my money back for them. Now, one thing I do want to make clear is that I do not wait outside of stores in a line for Black Friday or anything like that. If you do, nothing wrong with that, that's your prerogative. I just don't do that. What I do is every year after Thanksgiving dinner, my family and I go home because we have dinner in another town, and when we come home we pass Walmart, so we just stop by Walmart and pick up whatever we want and head out. Usually it's not too bad at all. Same with this year, it wasn't too bad at all. I mean, it was busy, but it wasn't, you know, like super crowded to where I could barely move. But that just seems to be the way to go, because basically I can still get what I want and not have to fight crowds, because I get anxiety when there's large crowds around, so I can't really do that. So I also pick up stuff online as well. That's probably the best route to go, is just find whatever deals you can online, have them shipped to your house, never have to leave your computer chair. Or you can do it from your phone or whatever, you know, it's that easy. So the first deal that I picked up was from Best Buy, and BestBuy.com was having a deal where they were selling Fire Emblem Fates, Conquest, and Birthright for $25 each. Now, I love Fire Emblem. The first Fire Emblem game I played was Awakening, and I fell in love with the series from then. I went and grabbed a couple of the older ones, and with Fates, I wanted to get them at launch, but I also wanted both of them. I wanted the collector's edition, and that sold out so quick. Wasn't any chance for me to get it. So I decided, you know what, I'll just wait till both of them are on sale and then grab them both together. So that's exactly what I did. So for $25 each, I got Fire Emblem Fates, Birthright, and Conquest. You know, I hear there's enough differences to play through both. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to play through Birthright first, because I hear that's the easier of the two. So I'll just kind of gradually build up, since I haven't played Awakening in a few months, I think. Just kind of build myself back up. But I'm very excited to grab Fire Emblem Birthright and Fire Emblem Conquest, because Fire Emblem games, especially on the 3DS, are just fantastic. Alright, so next up, Walmart. When I got over to the section, and it took a while for me to find the section because this is a Super Walmart, and this is the first year the Super Walmart has been in our town. We just got upgraded this past year, and so it's a new building. I don't know where they're going to put stuff, and like the old Walmart, they put the games right by electronics, because that makes sense. This Walmart, they actually put the games over by the food, by the entrance, which is quite a ways away from electronics. So I walked around a while until I found it, and it was fairly picked over. You know, obviously the main crowd had already come and gotten what they wanted to, but I was still able to find a few good games. The first game that I grabbed was Far Cry Primal. Now, this was $15, and this is becoming like a Black Friday tradition, it seems, where I pick up a Far Cry game for $15 and you know, play it the day after Thanksgiving. It's really become kind of, I don't know, it's almost like if this doesn't happen next year, I'm gonna feel a little let down. I don't think they have any games coming out, any Far Cry games coming out. I don't know for sure. I'm not a huge fan of Far Cry. I like it enough to pick it up for $15 and have some fun with it, and that's exactly what Primal's all about. Basically, it's just like Far Cry 4. I played a little bit of it, and you know, it's just primitive. So you don't have guns, you have bows instead, and stuff like that. So in a sense, it's not as fun so far, because you know, there's no vehicles. I know you can ride animals and stuff like that later on, but I'm still in the very early stages of this game, so I'm still getting over that hump with this, but not bad for $15. So the next thing that I grabbed, and this is one of the cool things about Walmart. Walmart is my favorite place to go on Black Friday because, number one, they always have good deals, but probably the best deals all around. But they also have games that they don't advertise and they put out there on the shelves. So it's always like a surprise when I go to Walmart on Black Friday and find the games like, oh, I didn't know this was going to be on sale, but I've been wanting this, so I'm going to grab it. And this was the case with this. It's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This was $15 as well. So the reason that I wanted Ocarina of Time is because I have not been able to get into this game so far. I've played it multiple times on Nintendo 64, and it's just, I can't get into it. And I know it's a lot of people's favorite Zelda of all time. I'm more of a 2D Zelda. Link to the Past, you see right here, maybe not. That's my favorite. You can't see it. Let's grab it. But Link to the Past is my favorite Zelda of all time. A Link Between Worlds is right up there as well. I might even like Link Between Worlds a little more, but you know, this right here is my standard for Zelda games. So that back. So when Ocarina of Time, when I'm playing that, it's just the camera angles a little weird to get used to, and you know, it's just a different game altogether. Being in 3D really changes up everything about Zelda to me. And I don't know if that's, you know, just something I can't personally get over or what, but I'm going to try again with Ocarina of Time 3D on the 3DS. I just got the new 3DS XL. Unfortunately, I don't think the little nub works on this game. I don't think they've activated the Circle Pad Pro controls with this. So that's a little disappointing, but I'm still going to try it out. I'm going to give it another fair shake, basically. And for $15, I mean, you can't really beat that. So the next game was also a surprise, and it's also a Zelda game. Sitting on the shelves was this thing. Zelda Twilight Princess for Wii U with the amiibo. Now what's interesting about this is that with Twilight Princess, because I'm not a big fan of Ocarina of Time, I never played it. So I've never played this game before. It was just never a priority for me. I had a GameCube at one point, but again, it was always a $40 game, and I never wanted to pay $40 for a game that I knew I probably wouldn't like because it's 3D Zelda. So this was $25. That's not bad for the game plus the amiibo. This regularly goes for $50, I think. So, I mean, to get that, it's not bad. I know it's an older game and everything, but since I'm giving Ocarina of Time a chance, I'm gonna give this one a chance too, because I might really like it. I don't know. Plus, it comes with the amiibo, and I do collect amiibos, so that's a pretty good pack-in deal. And not only that, but it was just like there were like 6 spots for them, and all 6 spots had them. So obviously, people weren't really going for this at all. But hell, I mean, it's a substantial thing for $25, so I couldn't pass it up, really. So I forgot to mention why I went to Walmart in the first place. What in the ad was really catching my eye that I wanted to get. And the 2 games that I really wanted to get were Final Fantasy X 10-2 Remake, a remaster for the PS4, because that was going to be $8, and Uncharted Collection for $8. Now, when I got there, neither of these games were in sight. They weren't on the cardboard shelves at all, and that was really disappointing because it was like, oh man, I mean, it was $8, so I didn't expect it to last very long, but I kind of figured the Final Fantasy games would be there still. So I had an idea though. I went over to the electronics section because I go to this Walmart every week, so I know that they had Final Fantasy X 10-2 Remake over there for $20, and I figured, well, let me go over there and see if it's over there, because if it's over there, it should ring up at the same price, even though it's not on these cardboard shelves. And sure enough, it was over there, sitting on the shelf with a $20 price tag on it. Still got the wrapper on, so I know that it doesn't look the best on the screen, but I went ahead and snagged it and scanned it just to make sure they had the same SKUs, and I don't know why they wouldn't, but it did. It rang. The scanner said $8, so I went ahead and grabbed this. Now I love Final Fantasy X. It's the first game that it's the first Final Fantasy game that I really dove into. I played others before this, but when I got Final Fantasy X, I spent so many hours playing this game, and I still didn't beat it. I couldn't beat the final boss back then, so I'm looking forward to going back through this and playing 10 too, because I hear that's pretty unique as well, and I never played that. I pretty much stopped playing Final Fantasy after that. I tried 13, and you know, I didn't really care for it, so 10 is definitely like the last one in the series that I really substantially cared about. So also in this video game section, they have a clearance end cap in the back. And I always look at the clearance because you can get some really great deals, obviously, $5 games, $10 games, whatever it may be. And I saw this on clearance. Now this game, it regularly goes for pretty low just because of how short it is. But I figured this is something that I did want to play, but because it was so short, I didn't want to pay $60 for. So I've been waiting for it to go kind of low and on sale and everything like this, and I saw it for $10 in the clearance section. It's the Order 1886. There we go. And yeah, so I figured this would be a nice little jaunt for $10 to go through that story. And here it has spectacular visuals. So looking forward to this. $10, not too bad. So at that point, Black Friday was over, and it was Saturday. And I went out with my family to breakfast. There's a pawn shop right near this restaurant, so I went and looked, and it just so happened they were doing 50% off all their games. All of them, no matter what console it was, 50% off. And I think they try to match GameStop prices, so that's pretty much what everything was. And I saw these two, and I got quite a bit here. Not quite, I got about 5 games. But first, I grabbed these two, Harvest Moon, Tale of Two Towns, and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Now, let me talk about Harvest Moon real quick. Now, I've heard not too great things about Harvest Moon, Tale of Two Towns, or any Harvest Moon game on the 3DS. They're all kind of subpar ratings and whatnot. I have played a bit of this, quite a bit of it actually. I've played about 3-4 hours or so. And I'm finally just getting over tutorials, and that's another thing. Let me rant about that real quick. Tutorials in video games these days take so long to get through. There's so much talking. It's to the point now where I've played a lot of games over the past few months, and almost all of them have this ridiculous tutorial where they talk and they talk and they talk and they talk. And that's a tough barrier to break through. Now, I'm not one who's definitely against reading in video games or whatever, but there is momentum with a video game. And if you lose that momentum early on, people will put it down or trade it in. They don't want to play it anymore. And I kind of feel like video games are getting to the point where they just need to throw you in, give you a great manual to go check out things in yourself. That would be awesome, because I would love to just hop into Harvest Moon, start planting seeds, and be like, oh, well, how do I do this? And go look at this manual, read it real quick, and be like, okay, I'm good. Instead, they want to make sure that you know everything about what's going on, and so that's kind of how Harvest Moon is. But I'm telling you, this is not a bad game so far. It's very much what I would expect a Harvest Moon to be. It's you know, it's going kind of slow, but I enjoy walking around the town and talking to people and growing different crops and trying to find new recipes to cook, and it has a calendar and stuff like that. So it's Harvest Moon. It's what you would mainly expect, I would think. I've played worse Harvest Moons than this, so not bad. This was regularly $16, but since 50% off, this was $8 right here. And then the other 3DS game here, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, I paid, it was $13 regularly, so I paid about $6.50 for it, which is not bad because I've been wanting to get this. I almost bought it from Target a couple weeks ago for $15, brand new, but I decided not to, and I'm glad I did because I got it for much cheaper. This so far, again, another tutorial with a ton of talking, and so I'm just getting into the monster fighting right now. Monster fighting has been cool, but there's just so much talking that I really need a lot more time with this game to kind of give my thoughts clearly on it. Alright, so we're rolling along now, and this was a PS3 game. Yeah, Red Dead. Now the reason I got Red Dead Redemption here is because I have Red Dead Redemption, actually, grab it off the shelf here. So I have Red Dead Redemption on Xbox 360, but what happened was I haven't had an Xbox 360 in 3 years. I traded my 360 in towards my PS4 when that first came out, so I haven't had it for a long time, almost 4 years now. And this is actually the original copy that I bought of Red Dead Redemption here all those years ago. 2010, I guess, is when it came out. Oh, the game isn't in here. Maybe I traded the game in. Maybe I don't have Red Dead Redemption. I don't know. I have all the maps and the booklet and stuff like that. I like to keep that. When I trade in games, I don't trade in the book or the case or anything like that, in case I find it again where it's just disc only or something like that. So apparently I don't have Red Dead Redemption. Alright, anyway, so I picked up Red Dead Redemption. This was normally $8, but 50% off. I paid $4 for it, and to me that was definitely worth it. It has the map and all that stuff in it right there. So this is not Game of the Year, this is just the base game, which is fine with me because I don't care about the zombies and all that kind of stuff. I just want to play the base game, and yes, the main character does have the same last name as me, which was super cool when it first came out, because my real first name, nobody seems to have that name. It's a pretty uncommon name, and my last name is even rarer than that. So when this guy had same last name, I felt pretty cool for a while. Alright, so now we're getting down to the final pickups here, and this was a combination here. I've got 2 more from the pawn shop, and they're PS4 games, which was awesome. The first game is Metal Gear Solid 5, sorry about that, The Phantom Pain, and I have Ground Zeroes on PC, so I've been wanting to pick up Metal Gear 5 on PC, but this was regularly $24, so I only paid $12 for this, and I couldn't pass this up for $12. So I'll probably play Ground Zeroes on PC. I still haven't played through it, and then play Metal Gear 5 on PS4. But before I do that, I want to actually play through all the other ones first. The only Metal Gear that I've ever beaten was Metal Gear Solid 2. I love Metal Gear Solid 2. I know a lot of people hate it. It's their least favorite of the series. It's my favorite that I've played of the series. From beginning to end, I know it's not about Snake and everything, but it's just so fun to play, and the setting, to me, was just a really cool updated version of the first Metal Gear, in terms of, you know, just the set pieces and stuff like that. It's really what I was into at the time, and I played this game, and back then I didn't really beat games all that much. I would play them for a little bit and just, you know, push them off to the side or whatever, but I made it a point to beat Metal Gear 2, and then I passed it off to my friend so he could play it and beat it, and then they kept stats when you play through a game, so who could beat it faster and with less, you know, less deaths, I guess. That was a big thing with Metal Gear Solid 2, so I was really a fan of that. So we'll see with Metal Gear 5. I know it's steeped in a lot of controversy with Hideo Kojima. Alright, so the last game that I got from this pawn shop was Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Actually, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. A friend of mine played through this game and ranted and raved about it, so I was very interested in it. At a lower price, for sure. I have not been into Digimon for a very long time, but when Digimon first came out in the US, I was super into it. I loved Digimon, just like I loved Pokemon. They were 1A and 1B, and I bought Digimon cards, and when Digimon World came out, and I'll talk about this in my PlayStation 1 Memories video that I'll eventually get to, but when Digimon World came out, oh my god, I was obsessed with getting that game, and I had a nice little story that my parents actually surprised me with the game one day. So I played that game a lot, and it was kind of the birth of my simulation style RPG gameplay, and I look forward to playing this, and I hope it's somewhat similar. Probably not, probably more of a streamlined story and whatever, but this was regularly $24, so I paid $12 for this. Can't beat that. Alright, so the final 3 games that I picked up for Black Friday weekend, I picked up from GameStop. After I stopped by the pawn shop, I went over to GameStop, just kind of check things out, see what kind of deals they have. They were doing buy 2 get 1 free on all their used stuff, systems, accessories, games. And so I was looking around saying, well, is there anything that I can do kind of on the cheap? Because I've already spent a ton of money. Is there anything I can do on the cheap of, you know, games that I've wanted that are like $10 to $20 each? And it took me a while to find them, but I found 3 that I really wanted. Now, the first one that I picked up that I wanted to get, no doubt about it, was the Uncharted Collection. Now, if you remember, this is what I wanted from Walmart. Now, I ended up paying, I think it was $17 for this here, around there, $16, $17 for this, so double what I would have paid at Walmart, but they had no copies in stock at all. So I picked this up to be one of the games I paid for, and I look forward to going through those. I played the first one, and I really liked it, but I just never picked it up and played all the way through it. I hear the second one is fantastic, and so on and so forth. So I look forward to catching up with all those. Now, the second game that I picked that I knew I wanted for sure was Watch Dogs. Now, I'm playing through this right now. In fact, I'm kind of focusing on one game at a time so I can enjoy them that way. And Watch Dogs is the first game that I picked, and I'm loving it. I'm loving Watch Dogs. Now, I know when this came out, not a lot of people liked it. A lot of people were disappointed with it. In fact, it was like a No Man's Sky reaction towards Watch Dogs, where people said, well, this isn't what we've seen so far. But I'm telling you, I'm having a ton of fun with Watch Dogs. I love the hacking element. I love reading other people's information on the street. I love the chases, the car chases, the strategic element of it. It's like Grand Theft Auto meets Metal Gear Solid, and that is definitely for me. It's a lot of fun, and now I look forward to picking up Watch Dogs 2. I'm still not through with this, though. I'll probably beat it in the next couple days or so, the main story at least. And there are a few disappointments I have with it, but overall, like I said, I'm loving putting it in and playing it for a couple hours every night. Alright, so finally, and by the way, Watch Dogs was like a $9 game, so it wasn't like, you know, that was obviously going to be the free one, so I needed to find a second game, and I was debating between this and Zombie U. Because I've been wanting to play Zombie U as well for a while. But I know Zombie U is always going to be cheap and everything like that. And this will probably be cheap as well. But I've been wanting to play this, and I've heard great reviews on this. Whereas on Zombie U, mixed reviews. So this is Wolfenstein The New Order. Now, when this came out, I've always been a big fan of Wolfenstein since I played Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I never played as a kid the original Wolfenstein, Wolfenstein 3D. Never played that, but with Return to Castle Wolfenstein, that was a game that I rented from a video store in my town and just was obsessed with playing it. Unfortunately, it gave me motion sickness, so I couldn't play it for very long. But I skipped the remake that was done, I think in 2009, around there, 2010. And this right here caught my attention because everybody was like, wow, this is really, really good. Like really, really good. So a Wolfenstein game that's really, really good is right up my alley. I love the theme of it, the supernatural Nazi deal. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing this, and I'll pick up the expansion as well. I was actually gonna get it on PC because it is pretty cheap. It's much cheaper than this on PC. I got this for about $13.50, and then got Watch Dogs for free. So, you know, all in all, I saved a little bit on each, but this is pretty dirt cheap. I think it's like $5. You can find this for $5 on PC. And the same with Watch Dogs. It's pretty dirt cheap. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to do this buy two get one free deal, and these are 3 games that I know that I'll play for sure. When I'll play them, I have no idea, because I've got this stack of games now. Here. So I've got this stack of games right here now to play through, and you know, I want to play through some of them before others, but at the same time I want to take them one at a time, and it's just awesome. Alright, so enough rambling. I want to know what you guys picked up for Black Friday. Leave it in the comments below. I want to see all the kind of crazy deals that you guys get, what I missed out there, and all that good stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Go ahead and like the video, share it around, and subscribe to the page for more stuffs, for more figure unboxings, video game reviews, and all that kind of stuff that I'm into, and hopefully you're into too. Alright, see you guys later.